Okay, meeting called to order. Changes to the agenda. There's one thing here for new business that the state would like an answer by 6/11 for, and it's on the road closure Route 100 next summer. So we'll take that up under new business. Okay.
Sorry, I'm in your way.
Public comment.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Good evening, I'm Stuart Coleman. I live in Lynn. And,
Hold on,
Hold on.
let's keep it,
Settle down.
yeah,
Yeah.
settle down here. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
There's a couple chairs over here. Over here. Still to the front.
Yep.
I'm not going up. Nobody wants to be in the front.
Leo does.
Yeah, why not?
Anybody want to sit? There's a couple chairs here.
If you're late to church, you gotta sit in the front row.
That's right. I guess you're something.
All set now?
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry.
Stuart Coleman. I live in Win Hall. And I stopped to introduce myself. I am throwing my hat in the ring for state representative for Win Hall, Londonderry, Weston, and Andover. And I just want to stop and introduce myself. And there'll be more to follow. It's happening fairly quickly. Had to have my paperwork in on the 28th. And there's a lot of forms to fill out. I didn't realize there was that many. But anyways, I just wanted to stop over and introduce myself and tell you, lived in Vermont all my life so far. Yeah, I just want to stop. I know Mr. Benson. I've known him for a long time. For a while now. But anyway, I just want to stop and say hello. Tell you that I am in the race. I'm on the primary, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Great.
Retired.
well, I've had several people ask me, said, "Are you nuts?" And I said, "Well, you've known me this long. Do you really have to ask?" But it's a big job, and I don't know if I can do any good if I do get up there. But I figured I was going to throw my name in the ring. So here I am. I don't know. I may be back some other time when I have more information.
I'm voting for him. I'll get him on the ballot.
It's fairly soon. I haven't gotten all the paperwork straightened out and signs, but I will be getting back to you for. And if there's anything I can do, I'll have. Not that I can do anything at this point other than tell you how I feel about issues and what I think that we should be doing, because I think this 181 is a real bad thing for Vermont landowners. It's gonna. We're already driving people out of the state with the cost of taxes, et cetera, and it's not going to get any better with this thing going on. So, anyways,
Is there a,
I told him, that's Stuart was playing. She rolled her eyes.
hello?
And he's just a kind of man.
Right now.
He's like, you don't know anything about him. I'm like, I
Listen, Gina.
We just shop in his store.
Mute them.
Hi, Gina.
What do we spend in his store?
Could it be Kim Seymour or Melissa
No,
Hart?
it's Gina. Can we mute them?
Did you mute Gina?
No.
I just,
I'm
I'm just
Thank you.
hoping that
You-
if I mute them, it still records.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I
interesting.
think it should. be
We'll find out.
Okay,
So if not, we
Sorry,
have some witnesses.
at some point, and this probably isn't the forum to do it, I'm sure you'll make your positions known and
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. I just don't have enough information to bullet points, et cetera.
Yeah.
And I will. I mean, I'm trying to look out for the people who live here and we have to start being respectful of their rights. I mean, this whole thing is a land grab as far as I'm concerned. I think we have to do something about it. But anyways, there'll be more information to follow.
Great.
I'll try to comment. Looks like you guys got a busy meeting. How you doing there, young fella?
Not too bad.
Yeah, okay. So anyways, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Just thought we'd stop in and say hello.
Thank you for stopping in.
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.
meet you.
Nice
Appreciate
to
it.
meet you.
I guess we'll leave. You guys got enough going on.
Yeah, thanks, Stuart.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Stuart.
Have a
See you
good night.
guys.
Okay, Pam, maybe I'll see you later in the week.
Yeah, probably.
Night. Thanks.
Any other public comment?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Regarding the stone environmental bid offer, whatever, I see it's down there as to review and sign. I thought you did that last meeting. So my question is, should I talk about it now or wait till you get to it?
Wait till we get to it.
Okay, thank you.
Any other public comment? Jason won't be here tonight. We've hired a new crew member. He lives down Johnsonville. He worked temporarily for us for a while one winter and then moved on, then came back. And right now I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Warren.
Orrin.
I saw him today actually working.
So right at the moment, we're back to our usual three. And there's a little misconception out there that we're looking for a fourth full-time person, and that's not what we were looking for last spring or spring before. We were looking for a fourth part-time person. So in the wintertime, the guys could have at least one weekend off without having to worry about being called in or something. We were looking for a fill-in person for when somebody was sick, or rotate a weekend off, as it is with three people. They're basically on call 24/7 in the winter. So we were looking to alleviate that. That was some of the stress on some of them, especially when you get them back-to-back storms. So if you hear rumors about a fourth full-time person, we're looking part-time, possibly. See how it goes.
So this would be, mostly in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we, at the last meeting, we approved a new truck. And there was a question about warranty. And I have some paperwork here. And to get the extended warranty for 5 years, 100,000 miles, it's $11,478. And covering cab, chassis, engine, after treatment, transmission, and towing up to $1,100. We just had the transmission fixed in our yellow 6-wheeler truck, and that was $8,000. And then they did some other work for an oil leak. So,
And just so I know, we don't have to make a final decision on whether to get the extended warranty until we actually take delivery of the truck, right?
well, this
Okay.
paperwork he's got here has got it. I believe it's included.
No,
No.
that's why I questioned, because it wasn't included in the purchase agreement.
So,
He's got the allowance, straight in allowance there, okay.
right. And just to sort of bring anyone who wasn't here at our last meeting up to date. Last time we had two truck options. One was about 150,000 or so, but it was only gonna last. Good call.
So
Brian, you're gonna do your side too, right?
Stuffy.
Uh,
That's
but
it.
that truck was probably only gonna last 5 years, if that, and it was gonna be a little overmatched for what we were looking for, and we all decided to go to the International HV, which is just under the limit, the weight limit for
commercial license.
CDL, commercial
CDL.
driver's license. And I think class 4, I can't remember, but so we all agreed that we would go. I mean, you've got a truck that's gonna last twice as long and cost less than twice as much. That's a good deal, right? So that was where we came down on that. But then the question came up, particularly in relation to the previous truck, which we're usually not in the business of buying extended warranties for trucks, because until this most recent truck that starts falling apart after 2 years, our trucks have held up very well. So that's why we're talking about the extended warranty. Yeah, does anybody know what an after treatment is? Sounds like something you get done at a hairdresser.
Active treatment.
After
treatment.
Engine and after treatment.
Yeah,
My question is, with this extended warranty, would it cover what's going wrong with the little truck now? Like the actual things that are going to happen, will this cover it?
yeah, that's exactly.
Leads to
They
what
don't
after
mention
treatment.
electronics here,
Right.
so.
And that's
So,
what's going
but
bad
I
with the
think,
current truck.
I'm hoping we'll have time, that we wouldn't have to sign this to actually make a final decision on the, we order the truck. And when we take delivery of the truck, we can either,
Hash it in.
we can either buy the extended warranty or not.
I mean, in a non-commercial vehicle like my truck, I have until the warranty runs out, the factory warranty runs out to do extended warranty. I don't know in this size commercial truck how it works.
We don't either,
But I can,
yeah.
The-
So anyway,
So just the question is, you guys have never gotten a warranty before?
no.
Okay, no.
I mean, that's just sort of a personal religion for me. I've never bought extended warranties on
Oh, really?
cars because I
feel like
figure
I've always
the
bought
car
an extended warranty.
manufacturers,
I have one right now.
they know more about what it's gonna cost to
Yeah.
fix your truck in the normal course, and
They're gonna make a profit.
they're gonna make a profit, so there's that.
extended warranty is also negotiable too. Yeah, because they tell you X number of dollars don't mean that you can't get it for X dollars, X
Yeah,
number
well,
less.
anyway, we're gonna do some, I'm gonna suggest, and I don't think we need a motion for this, that we just sit tight and find out some more about this extended warranty, and,
I agree.
but have we ordered the truck?
Soon as I put my John Henry on there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move you put your John Henry on that.
Yeah, a second.
All those in favor?
I
And just for public information, this is a 10-month wait on this. And we have a 10-wheeler coming that's supposed to be, notice I said supposed to be, here sometime in 27. But there's no guarantee because supply for certain parts is unknown. The truck that we were looking at buying, we got a notice that due to price of steel increase, it was going up $5,000. But we're not buying that one particular truck. So
What truck are we replacing?
the small red one.
Small red one.
Katie, did you second that?
I did.
no.
All those in favor?
I did.
Okay,
Aye.
thank you.
Aye.
I
But going back to the extended warranty, you know, with all the electronics they're putting in vehicles today, getting to the point where it makes more sense to do the extended warranty.
We know that.
I mean,
Yeah, from your perspective, I hear that.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's
I'm
electronics and wiring.
I'm for the warranty, but as long as it covers the electronics, I just think we need to do a
Yeah,
little
but
more
yeah, there's
research.
no mention of that in
Right.
there,
Yeah,
but we're
so you
gonna
gotta
find
get
out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Number 6, I guess, is Debbie with library update.
Where's Debbie?
She was there.
Patty,
She's
can you
there.
unmute her?
She's there. She's coming on. Hi, Deb.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, you're on twice, Debbie, for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Must be why you're getting.
So,
Well, it could be her husband on in another room.
no, he's not on.
Okay.
Maybe. I
This
guess
is
I'll have to-
hilarious.
Hold
Let's
on.
see. Well, I don't. Let's see.
Patty, can you?
Put it, hold on.
Can you remove her?
Yeah, she's working on it.
Am I
Okay.
still? Oh, I think I'm only on one
There we
side.
go.
There we go.
Good job,
Okay.
Patty.
Thank you, Patty.
So, I'm here just to tell you that the library is chugging along. And we have been told
Come on,
by
guys.
Bread Loaf that the closing date, substantial completion date will be June 15th. We are currently scheduled to move on
Gosh.
June 23rd.
Hold on a sec,
So-
Deb, hold on.
Everybody shut your.
Yeah, please
Everybody
everyone turn
muted?
your cell phone off.
I'm vibrating.
Okay.
Make sure mine is too. Yes, it is.
Okay, sorry. Deb,
Okay, do you need everything or what did you?
Yeah,
we're good.
Can you
We got
start,
bread loaf on the 15th.
can you start over again
And
with
we're
that
moving
sentence?
on, we're scheduled to be moving from the Old Parish Church to the library on the 23rd. Hopefully those dates are set in stone, but don't know for sure yet.
And just to confirm, those dates are both in June.
Yes.
What was on the 15th again? I'm
That's when
sorry.
bread loaf is going to be done.
Thank you.
15th is a date that Bread Loaf said will be substantial completion, which
Great,
is
thank you.
rather a word of art in construction building. It means they're going to be mostly finished enough for the library to move back in. There still may be a couple of outstanding punch list items, but they would be minor and would not prevent moving back in. That's all I have.
You have a member that's unable to log in. It says the meeting ID is dead. Is there any way to,
So can you have them go,
I sent them the link from the town website?
yep, so they're just gonna go to the town website, go to the select board.
Yeah.
Go down
I
to,
went to the meeting agenda page, with the
Yep,
link at the
so-
bottom of
yeah.
the page.
so, well, there's two.
Ah.
There's one little spot. And then there's another one where you can click. So hold on, let me just take a look.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. He just
It's
couldn't find
okay.
it in.
I just joined. So what's gonna happen is you're going to, here, let me unjoin, leave.
Probably like me, the problem's between the keyboard and the chairs.
So he's gonna go right down, so at the top, select board,
Yeah,
fourth Tuesday of every month. Enter Zoom meeting here, right at the top.
okay, the main page. Okay.
Yep, right at the select board main
Select board,
page.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
We'll
Sorry.
try to make this far more clear. like, we're working on the website right now anyways, but
Yeah.
we will, that's definitely on the list. Thank you.
You guys all set now? Okay, number 7 is delinquent tax report. And the select board usually receives this first meeting of the month. We take it home, look it over. If we have questions, we bring them up at the next meeting.
And just to comment on that, Denny, I did have a conversation with Gretchen today just to check in with her and see where she is. And, you know, nothing, everything is copacetic. She's comfortable in the role, everything moving forward. And there's just 3 or 4 things that she was looking for some help with that I think Kim is already working on. So I'll just gonna circle back with Kim on that, but everything is moving forward there.
Okay. Number 8, see, audit treasurer review to review outcome responses and sign letter. So what date just arrived? Showed up here in that folder. So this is one of the things that'll take a fair amount of reading.
I think you need an accounting degree to understand it.
I
Kim wanted to address it, but I might be wrong. Patty, was that something Kim wanted to address with us or no?
Kim, did you want to address?
I thought you had something.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring your attention to the fact that we had an adverse audit because of a couple of the deficiencies. The one that they considered significant is the one that they keep asking us to address, and that is having someone review the journal entries and just sign off on them. And so in speaking with Brian and also with Greg Carroll, my latest solution to this is to have Brian, Greg, and I sit down in the next few weeks and just review what's been done year to date. And then just Brian and I can do it hopefully once a quarter going forward. I did talk to another town and they said, oh yeah, we always get dinged on that. They said, we just don't have the staff to do it. And I really didn't like that answer because they're just not going to stop asking for it. So I'd rather get a solution. So we'll try this. If it could be something that maybe Greg can do one time and Brian another, that would be another alternative. We just can't keep letting it go. They did have a few other deficiencies that were listed and they weren't significant, but they do need to be addressed. I had given the trustees of public funds the boilerplate for the investment policy, and I asked them to look at it because of all the departments or people or groups that handle investments, they have more to do with it, I think, than anybody. So I'll follow up with them and see if we can get that done. And then the other things were that they keep asking me to write an accounting manual and document our procedures, and they're all valid points, and I would certainly like to make some headway on that. So that was it. Everything else, Greg looked at it and he didn't see anything of concern. They did ask us one other major, not significant, but noted deficiency was that we failed to include the Wilder Library financials in the audit. And Deb Grandquist and I had talked with the auditor the prior year, and it was just something that fell off the radar. So before he left, I provided him with, or right after he left, I provided him with the financials for the library, and he said he'd take it from there. So that would be their starting point going forward. And I think that was all I had to say about the audit, unless you had questions for me.
Kim, I have a question for you.
Sure.
As far as the accounting manual and the documenting procedures for, in the sense of creating those, what is the timeline for that?
I bet I
Like,
don't
do
have
we
it.
need to, we need to do it until like for like as soon as possible or by next year or?
I think if I got headway on it, that would be acceptable. And I just think it'll take over a year to get done. The reality
Right.
of an election year and anything else that grabs our attention just takes a priority. But, it's absolutely warranted. One comment they made is to make sure that no one person is solely responsible for any one activity. And until recently, that has always been me. I have started training Anne on the accounts payable. And when I can get her to the point where she can produce a warrant for you and it looks the way I like it to look, then we'll start on payroll. And that gives us a backup. And I did tell them that that was in the process, and they were pleased to know that that was working. So it's just something I need to start with one module or one process and start documenting as we go through.
Okay, great, thanks.
I have
You're
one
welcome.
question too, Kim. if you have a
Sure.
sec. It also says that we don't perform a fraud risk assessment and they think that we ought to. Is that something you?
Yes. They have asked for a fraud risk assessment several times. I do need to call the partner that handles that. Last year, I think he and I just traded messages, but it's really where they get together, even via Zoom, and meet with department heads and try to hash out what your risk factors are and how to reduce that risk. And so the last time they told me it might be a couple $1,000s. We haven't put that in our budget. But again, I just need to circle back with the partner who does those and find out what the process is and when it could be scheduled and how much it would be.
Yeah, and it would take a lot of time to schedule the time of all our different department heads.
I totally agree. And well, seriously though, you don't do it in the winter when people are out plowing, but it did include the road foreman and select board members, whatever. But yes, you're right. It wouldn't take, it's not a big city.
Okay. Well, if you could just keep us posted on that.
I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Number 10 is consent for approval for using the internet for court appearances on property tax issues. I have no paperwork here in the book.
Patty, is there paperwork on
10?
10? Remember the letter that Meryl
No,
sent?
there was nothing. I didn't get anything.
I sent it to you with an explanation. A week or so. Well, let me tell you what's going on. There is one there's a property owner in Weston who has grieved their taxes, but won't let any of the listers on the property. So he is grieving his property, and Merrill Bent has a very talented young intern. And this, so just to back up, this property owner has appealed his grievance to, I'm not even sure whether it's a his or her, the grievance to the Vermont Supreme Court. And Merrill regards this as as close to a slam dunk as you can get in these situations, and is asking if we would grant permission, her firm permission, to let this intern represent us, the town, in this matter before the Vermont Supreme Court, which would be a big feather in the cap of the intern. And privately, Merrill has said, Merrill being Merrill Bent, who's the town attorney, had said that this would be really helpful in trying to encourage this young intern to stay in Vermont and maybe work for their firm and help her with the workload, the high workload that her firm is experiencing. Just because that's the way things seem to be going these days. And so obviously it's completely up to us, but it sounds to me like this would be, I see, I mean, is there downside? Could this guy really screw it up and we lose the thing? Sure, that's a possibility, but a meteor could fall on Wilder Memorial Library too. And I think that the upside is tangible and easy to see. So my own feeling, and I wish we had the material here, but is that we should approve this. And so, just to get things going, and I've got a copy of this stuff that I'll bring tomorrow that we can get signed, but I'll move that we authorize Merrill's intern to represent the town in this matter before the Vermont Supreme Court.
I'll second
And
Further discussion? All those in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Okay. Let's see, now number.
We missed number 9,
Oh.
policies.
yeah.
I thought that was part of what you were.
Yeah. Well, I've started to look at the policies that they want us to rewrite and include, and that is above and beyond writing a treasurer's manual. But what I wanted to ask you is for me to just organize a work group with your permission, and they can sit down and hash this out and try to get it accomplished in the next 6 months. Just take one policy per person, figure out what's needed, and then bring it back to you with our recommendations.
The policies from the audit that they're suggesting, is that what you're saying?
Correct, because even some of our current policies that we've recently redone are not meeting the requirements.
Great.
So they all need a very thorough review.
I think that sounds like a great idea. I think all of us would be willing to,
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna work up some volunteers, as well as I'll, of course, bring it to a few of you when we have something to review.
Kim,
And then
anything
we'll
that you
bring it
need,
back.
I can help out, anything that you need.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Thanks.
Okay, now we'll go to 11 minutes. I thought she was talking about the dates when she was talking 8-2. I was wrong. All right, May 12th.
So I'll move approval of the May 12th select board meeting minutes.
I second.
Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye. On the next 26th one, on the last paragraph, there's a space in between, so we just need to back up and connect the sentences.
And I've got some changes. I would, under 4, Melissa Hart raised concerns about select board's body language during public comment on video. And semicolon, members acknowledge the issue. That's not the way.
That's not the way I remember it.
I remember it. We acknowledge that she
She said
raised
that.
concerns, but it sounds like we're saying that, yes, we admit to having bad body language. And so I think we ought to just have it be Melissa Hart raised concerns about the select board's body language during public comment on video, period. But I can
That makes sense to me.
That makes
Yeah.
sense to me too.
Okay. And I think the recording will show that, that's what I think. And then on the bottom of page 1, it said, the last sentence is Jason Hitchcock was asked to stay and all other public was asked to leave or was put into the suite. So,
Sorry, that was a misspell.
okay.
Okay.
And I don't know what a suite is on Zoom, but I'm assuming that it's a thing.
The holding room, waiting room,
It's a waiting
Okay.
room. I can
Okay.
change that to waiting room. as well.
Okay.
that would be good.
Okay.
Yeah. And then at the last sentence, it says Jim Linville explained an offer will be made to the applicant Jason Hitchcock. Well, I think it ought to read after Jason Hitchcock, to the applicant Jason Hitchcock recommended to the select board. That's how I,
Did you write those changes down, Jim?
I've scribbled them on this
Okay,
package
perfect.
thing, and I'm not quite done yet. Sorry. And on old business, the little school water testing, it is. I think we
Same
approved
question.
that,
Yeah, we
and
did.
We did, and I spoke to Patty, and we're already moving forward, right? She's,
yeah.
so that, right, that doesn't, we
And
weren't just
did-
monitoring.
Did we, I thought did we vote on that, or we just say, well?
I'm looking at Pam because she's got a great memory. Do you remember? I remember that we had a discussion about it and that
Yeah,
we wanted to move forward, but we wanted to also get clarity
I
on,
feel like we made a motion.
yeah, I think we might have. We have to go back.
that, yeah, but
We did want clarity on one piece of it in terms of,
bottom line,
we want to
we're
move
going
forward.
with these guys.
Yes, we already are.
And we think it's gonna end about this year, but we're not sure.
Correct.
And I
That
think
was,
the meeting, the
The auto
minutes,
renew of the
That was the-
contract was
thank
what
you.
we
That was
were
the auto
sure of,
renew
but I
contract.
believe you made a motion.
yes,
That's
Per,
what I think.
per the auto renew contract.
So we,
right.
to cut it.
Right.
made
And we had a
Okay.
deadline, right?
Yeah, but yeah, check the video.
and then, just under the library, it's bread loaf, 2 words with a capital L.
My last name there,
Oh,
too.
yes,
So that's
yeah, Pam Dickman,
Dick space
is one word. And so what hold on. And then on the, old business, on the, I guess it's the 3rd page, right? Stone environment. First of all, it's environmental.
Top of 4th page.
4th page, sorry. As I recall, that the vote was 4-1, it wasn't unanimous. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
She wrote ununanimously, yes.
unanimously.
Yes, she did have ununanimously.
But it's unanimous, that sounds like unanimously to me in my,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're absolutely right.
yeah.
I'm remembering, I'm thinking that,
Okay.
okay, yeah, okay. That's how you spell it.
So,
The motion passed with 4 votes.
but
I don't
4-1,
remember hearing somebody not.
Yeah, Denny.
Denny,
Yeah.
Denny
I
abstained.
didn't hear him say that.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so motion passed with
Okay.
4 votes.
Okay.
So just where I'm going with this is that I'm gonna move that we approve these changes and that we vote on the minutes when we have a corrected draft
Okay, and I have one more
Next-
change as well.
next time. Yeah,
Oh, you
I
have
do
one more
too.
change?
Okay,
Just so we know, and then you.
Sure.
And then on 12, announcement / community events, I think, we ought to say, we received a thank you letter from HCRS, and I think we ought to specify what that stands for. And then we received a thank you note from my community nurse, project for our donation, I guess.
Should that say It's an appropriation, not a donation. Is that a difference?
It isn't, yes.
It is, cause it said donation on,
Okay.
I went by what was on, cause I didn't know what.
Well, if the thank you was for a donation,
I'll
then
double
that's what
check.
what it should show, but if it was for, I think
Cam's
you're
got a
right.
question.
Yeah, Kim,
It may have been that we sent her a small check from the opioid settlement. So it wouldn't have been an appropriation, and that's why she may have called it a donation.
yeah,
Okay,
but we ought to clarify that. Because in general, the town doesn't make donations. We approve appropriations.
Just put a highlight to this, hopefully, drug settlement.
And that's it for me, Brian.
yeah, just one other, and number 8, the third bullet point. We have number 12 payroll, and then SO number 7. One is payroll and, oh no, that's correct, right? I'm sorry. That one is, I'm looking at this again, number 12 payroll. We're missing a number there is what I'm saying.
Or we have too many.
Yeah. Because we did payroll there, so we had to have the accounts payable as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're missing a number there, I think.
Yeah, and since we're at 11 now, I'm guessing it should have been 10. Just throwing that out, but we need to get those right.
Thanks.
So I'm gonna move that we table approval of these, of the
May
the May
26th.
26th minutes, pending receipt of the corrected draft.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Number 12 says updated executive session policy, adopt and sign.
Okay, I've got a couple of corrections to make it in that. Number 8, additional executive session policies. Executive sessions shall typically be limited, it starts with executive session shall typically be limited to members, except the select board at their discretion, not in their discretion. And then at the bottom of the page, the very beginning of the last 4 words, instead of in case the chair, it should be in that case, the chair. But I think that's all I've got in that.
This is an executive session.
And
lawyers.
Yeah, I know, I just don't have it.
so I'll move approval with those 2 changes. 3 changes, sorry. No, sorry, 2 changes.
2 changes.
Yeah.
I'll second.
Yep.
Patty, do you have an extra copy of this?
Should be one there now.
There should be one.
Here.
Thank you.
I believe, because some of you didn't.
Sorry.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Who seconded?
Oh, right here.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Did you?
She seconded.
No,
Oh,
I think, did you ask all in favor, sir? Yeah.
Not yet.
Oh, I thought you did, sorry.
No, I started to, but Patty wanted to know who seconded. All those in favor?
aye.
So we'll wait and sign a corrected copy when it's clean sheets.
Is that okay with you, Penny?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Thank you.
And we won't have to vote on it again, right? We're just-
Right.
Correct.
Kind of sign.
Okay.
All right, the next one is the DRB's looking for an alternate member to serve on the board.
So I will speak to that. I sent you all a memo outlining the reasons. Currently, we have 7 members and we have 1 alternate. And we have another person who would love to be an alternate. It's very important for us to have alternates because for two reasons. One is sometimes it's hard to get a quorum together, particularly in the summertime when people might be traveling and things. And we don't really, we want to make sure can have a quorum and alternates can participate in the hearings and make up that quorum. The other reason is that it takes a while, just like in any of these town appointed positions, it takes a while to learn the ropes. And so it's really nice to have somebody begin to learn the ropes before they actually can move on to be a full member, which we usually have happen when somebody moves. Like when Dan Hannenberg moved, he was on the DRB. We were able to move one of our alternates up, and that's actually why we actually have an opening right now. Lisa Sweat, who is on the Planning Commission, would be interested in being an alternate, and it would be absolutely fantastic because currently no members of the Planning Commission have ever served on the Development Review Board, so they really don't have the experience of knowing what it is the Development Review Board does and some of the issues that are faced with by the Development Review Board. So it would be great, particularly since with the Planning Commission moving ahead with amending a complete rewrite of the zoning regulations, it would be good for her to see how the DRB operates and to understand the issues that come before the DRB. So I would be, it's up to the select board to appoint members and alternates. So the Development Review Board would respectfully request that you appoint Lisa Sweat as an alternate.
I move that we appoint Lisa Sweat as an alternate to the DRB.
I second.
Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, Deb.
Thank you, Deb.
Thank you.
Next one is the 17-acre parcel development proposal.
Isn't that this?
That's zoning up bylaw update project draft. What you got? This is what I've got.
Premier Engineering.
We're looking for Premier Engineering right here.
It was one that was out.
Oh, okay, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, I'm sorry. And there's that, hold on. Where did my copy go?
Right here. Here's one right here. There's one hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, sorry guys, I was screwed up. So I'm gonna go from
Yeah, the 13.
being screwed up to just directing your attention to the second to the last page here. And just say that Denny and I met with Premier Engineering, and the guy's name is completely escaping me. Can you help me, Denny? Yeah, anyway, nice guy.
Ryan.
Been
Ryan Libby.
Ryan Levy.
Ryan Libby, yeah. And we walked the property and talked about the different possibilities for the property and opportunities that we have, which include room for a new firehouse, storage of gravel, possibly a couple of bays of equipment storage for the town. What else, Denny?
Storage pile of sand and gravel.
Right.
I'd like to move the sand pile over there so it can take the wear and tear off the Greendale Bridge. That's all right. Going in there every.
Anyway, we gave him that list, and he said first and foremost, you've got to do a wetlands study. which is in, well, let me back up a little bit. He gave us a cost estimate, and I'll just read it. Wetlands delineation, $3,500. Boundary survey, if necessary, $6,000. Conceptual and final site design, 10 to 15,000. Wastewater and potable water supply permit, 3,500. Operational stormwater permit, 25 to 30,000. Construction stormwater permit, 3,000, and preparation of bidding documents, 1,200. So a total of 52 to 62,000, which doesn't include the, stormwater mitigation and, all that stuff. And who knows, maybe some other stuff as well. But what he said was that before we really do anything else, we need to do the wetland study, which is $3,500. So I am going to, and we can have robust discussion about this, but I'm going to move that we proceed with the wetlands study portion of this, the $3,500, so that we can figure out what limitations or what opportunities that are presented by those things, or by those wetlands issues. Yeah, and this is, I will just, and my motion is now done, but I'll just add that this is going to be, a process. It's going to take us quite a while to figure out how to use the property optimally for all the folks involved. So
I second the motion.
Further discussion.
So it's just a question. So we're, again, I have no experience in this part. Premier Engineering and Septic, are there other companies out there that we should be considering, or do we know that these guys are better at this sort of thing? I'm just asking, I don't know.
The first outfit I asked
Didn't show. Yeah.
never showed for two or three meetings.
I remember that.
And from what my knowledge is of engineering outfits, they're all right out of the street.
but this fellow was recommended to you by somebody on the Heritage Board, as I recall. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay. So there's an experience with this person, a positive.
Exactly. We got a what I regard as a pretty good recommendation. Although, I don't know the person, but
He's chairman of the board of directors at Heritage.
Gotcha. And they've used them successfully. Okay. I just didn't know if it's something we should look
Right,
further
to
into.
put
Yeah,
out
no.
to bid if it's gonna cost that much money, is that something that would be, like, if it is, we're spending $60,000 with this company, isn't that something we're supposed to?
Wasn't it part of the problem that it was hard to find someone?
The sole source.
It was
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
like, that's the problem is like, it was like really hard to find someone, I think. So I don't know if it's
and the
necessarily.
purchasing policy has
Yeah.
very clear
Right.
exceptions for
And we're not
professional
committing,
services.
and we're not.
And we're not committing to the
their
whole
full
deal.
six,
Right,
We're just
You're
committing
committing to
to
the 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good question,
Yeah.
man. It's a
Absolutely.
good
And my
discussion.
other question is that they're saying they want a deposit of 25% before beginning work. Are they in agreement that they'll do just the
Piecemeal, yeah.
wetlands?
Oh, that's a good
without
point.
Great
this
question.
Deposit?
I was thinking the same, thing, yeah.
Yeah, really good point.
I think we need to ask them.
You're absolutely right.
I think we need to call them and do we
Can I
have to
speak?
amend the motion then?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would make the assumption that really nothing can be done, can't figure out what goes where, how you divide it up until a wetland survey is done.
Absolutely.
So we're kind of in limbo until a wetland survey is
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
And that's exactly my feeling. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think we definitely agree on that. But, you know, Pam, your point is really good, and we ought to reach out to Ryan and let's find out
If he's willing to do that, yeah.
if we can, I don't know,
Do the wetland study and
do the
then after
wetland
that.
study and maybe give him $7,000,
Yeah.
something like
Whatever,
that,
yeah.
to keep him going.
Right,
And I'll be glad to make that call to him.
thank you.
Well, going back to what I just said, if the wetland study proves that it's an unusable piece of land, there's no sense moving to step 2, step 3 and all that other stuff, right?
Yeah,
So we don't wanna
but-
pay them more than.
But that's, my understanding is that the wetland considerations are not gonna make the property unusable, but it is going to have a major effect on what parts of the property we can use and how we're gonna mitigate. We may have to put in French drains, to get the water off, you know, it's sort of a what do they call it, a bench and a riser, bench riser, you know, the property sort of goes up.
No, I know what you mean.
You know, and the problem's gonna all be solved, but the question is, what is gonna be until we have the wetland survey, we're not gonna know where the issues are and how serious the issues are and what the costs are and how that affects where we're gonna put all these things that we wanna put there. So we're just, you know, we're taking first step and.
I understand that, but my point would be, you know, it's 50, I think I remember the number, 50 grand, something like that total, or was it more? I don't.
50 to 60.
Whatever the number was.
52 to 62.
Add on 10 more. I mean, you know how things.
Oh, yeah.
But if, you know, why do we, if things aren't working out right, why will we pay for the whole $60-some thousand, you know, the percentage up front until we have the wetland study?
Exactly.
One thing.
So that's what we're gonna talk to them about. That's what we're saying.
But one thing, any project has to go through the wetland study. And he also indicated, this is my interpretation. He said something about the state and raw ground. So I took the interpretation, this is my personal one, that you'd end up probably with like a cul-de-sac design, and firehouse would be here, gravel would there, and they'd all feed off this cul-de-sac type design to minimize raw land disturbance. But that's just my own interpretation.
Also, when you're asking that question, Jim, about the wetland study, can you ask like what the typical length of that is? Like, kind of like, does it matter? Like,
It sounds like this is, it's a $3,500 survey. So, you know, the guy's gonna make 1 or 2 visits.
okay,
And, you know, issue a report,
okay, cool,
you know, that,
right,
I mean, when he met with us, he says, I took a shot from a Google map and he says, I thought it was steeper than what it is here. He, you know, his initial visit
okay,
changed his
Changed his
opinion of the
opinion
land
about it.
because it wasn't nearly as steep as what the map picture
great,
indicated.
great,
But, you know, I know things have changed. And I don't know how many of you remember him, but Wendell Rice had designed 8 lots here, and Art Kruger had designed 2 septic systems to take care of them 8 lots. So, you know, there's gotta be something there because they had the wetlands back then too.
I think that we might already have a survey, so that would be 6,000 less.
Right. And he said if needed.
Yeah, exactly, so that would take some money off.
Yeah, we should
So
have.
now we're only gonna add 4,000, right? 10,000.
But
But you know, this is a journey, and we're just taking the first step. So
Yeah.
you know, it's not like 40 years ago where you just gone in and done it. Fortunately, the state has got their fingers in everything.
So, just so that we can move, we have a possibility of moving forward with this before the next meeting. If I can convince, if Ryan would be amenable to taking 7,500 as an initial deposit, and you know, we'll argue a little bit about whether the 3,500 is included in that. Would you be in favor of proceeding?
I would.
So I'm gonna make that motion. I move that if it's acceptable for Ryan to accept $7,500 prior to the beginning of the work, to just get the wetlands thing going, then I'll authorize him to do that.
I second that motion.
Discussion.
So you're doing 7,500 first and then the wetlands 3,500 survey?
He'll give him a $7,500 retainer fee and pull a 3,500 out of that. And then if we go further on,
He'll have some.
Yeah. Because
that's the way I'm interpreting.
that's
And
the way
it's
I.
basically 2 visits and you're gonna have some report.
Right, we'll have
Yeah.
an idea of where we're going next.
That
Whatever
is-
he finds, which will presumably say, okay, these are your problem areas, these are your possible solutions, and, you know.
2 visits,
Yeah,
roughly.
Uh,
Roughly, okay.
I'm
I'll-
guessing if the guy walks around it, he's not gonna need to come back. You know. I mean,
17 acres, the whole 17 acres?
17, I mean, you can walk around it in a day, promise you.
Okay.
Now, us old people, maybe, but, you know. Yeah, sorry.
Is there anything from the I mean, when the department looked at this property, the previous owners obviously had 7 or 10 lots subdivided with a wastewater plan. Has the law changed significantly? The state environmental laws changed significantly from that previous wastewater plan?
I don't go back, I'm not sure backwards. I heard Denny just say that the wet water stuff was there a while back, right? I mean.
Right, and they keep changing them.
I can guarantee you
well,
they
then,
change.
Yeah.
On some level, for
They
sure,
keep
yeah,
changing.
yeah.
Were there wetlands, regulations 10 or 15 years ago? Hell yeah.
Right.
Are they the same as what they are now? That's not the way I bet.
Yeah.
And I would prefer to get going on this thing rather than,
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I'm just curious if there's any knowledge that could be drawn on the previous work.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Not sure.
anything over 3-4 years old, you don't want to make on it.
Yeah.
All those in favor of Jim's motion?
Aye.
and you got the seconder?
That was me.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
Katie. Yep.
Looks like Kim's waving her hand.
Kim.
I have a question as it relates to you wanting a check for this. Are you going to want it added to the next pay order, or are you gonna want it in between that?
Let's put it on the next. Well, could we do an interim pay order? But I'm not gonna know the answer for a day or two till I can get a hold of him. What would be
Yeah.
best for you, Kim?
We can just do it on a separate pay order. I just want to be clear that that is the possibility, that you'll want
Okay.
that. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see. The brush on the left side of the walkway,
is that the lilac?
the lilac bush that I keep threatening to stump prune and everybody,
Well, I went and stumped from that one after
Oh,
all the
Kim's
other.
passionate.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we not take a chainsaw to it again?
I didn't do that one.
Well, I'm gonna be watching whoever does this one. I can ask Anne if she would be willing to trim it up. She does some garden work. But if you have a professional who's willing to donate their time or whatever, that'd be great. But it's a beautiful tree. It just needs trimmed up away from the tree, the building. and
I'll
not,
tell you what, if Ann will do it, that'll be great. And if she can't, I will come down with my loppers and not my chainsaw.
thank you.
And if you want to come out and provide some guidance and advice,
Yeah.
I'll be glad to. I will not be grouchy.
Okay, that sounds like a deal.
That's my commitment to you.
Jim,
All right.
did you
Alright.
really take a chainsaw to that last
This
year?
one,
You did?
yeah, it was completely out of control.
I just said like Jim Linville with a chainsaw. Like,
Yeah, yeah, well,
great.
Some
it
aggression.
was great.
There's more than just that one bush. We have the apple tree out there and we have the maple tree. The branches are hitting the building. And that's not,
this one on this side.
Yeah.
Cause I went after that one with a pole saw last year.
but they keep going out.
Oh, that's true.
And the problem with these bushes, oh, they look so nice and everything, but they don't let the building dry and then you get rot. So you gotta keep them trimmed back.
Should we have a tree company come in and do a formal pullback or?
Let
Okay.
me-
Jim wants to play.
Yeah.
Jim seems
Let
to
me
get
take
his
a crack
loppers.
at this and we'll,
Okay.
we'll, at the next meeting, y'all can,
We can give you a grade.
you can give me a grade.
All right,
Right.
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I am meeting it, so.
Then I'll volunteer to take a crack at it.
Okay. All right, I'm
Raising
holding
the
you both
stakes
for
a
that.
little bit.
Someone in the waiting room.
Well, I can use a little
that's-
apple limbs
that's,
for
Debbie.
smoking.
Oh,
Okay, good.
I don't need a lot, just a
Slide
few.
down there.
There you go.
Anything over about that big, I save, yeah, for the same reason,
Yeah.
not for
I just
smoking,
checked
but
it. It's heavy.
cool.
great. firewood.
Next one's Weston zoning bylaw update, project draft contract. That's one you were trying to get into earlier.
Yeah. So Patty, can you reach out to Matt and see if we have to have a separate special warrant meeting or if this could be part of a select board meeting,
Okay.
which would,
special.
if it can be part of our select board meeting, and I think they've got some warning, some timing issues on here that make it impossible to get it to our next meeting this month, but next, maybe we get into the July meeting. If we can do that, it would make this warning it much easier
Okay.
to avoid what,
But this is separate from what we were going to do at 6:30. This is the big rewrite. And what we were doing earlier was just a few changes that they want to get approved.
I think they're
Yeah,
giving it
this
to us
is-
in portions.
Before
no,
the
I
big
think-
rewrite.
I think Pam's correct. I think this is the complete,
yeah, this is a whole new grant and
Right.
they're gonna do a new thing, but
so they need us to approve this contract, which he's been asking for us for a while.
sorry, so, thank you, I'm on the wrong track here again.
Well, it's the same idea,
Yeah,
zoning bylaw updates.
Yeah,
With the planning commission, but this is this is the huge rewrite that they're doing with Wyndham Regional. Whereas the other thing was just a few edits. And this is going to take a lot of time.
Yeah, but we have a grant for it, so
Right.
correct.
So the hope is, what we need to do here is just approve this, right?
Yeah, and it's just
Yeah.
looking for Denny's signature on this.
I move to approve Wyndham Regional Commission for 9,000, not 29,400.
Well, that's, to approve accepting the municipal planning grant from.
Sorry, thank you, to accept the grant in the amount of 29,400.
Yeah. And if I remember, and I'll second that,
Thank you.
and then
I
just,
can re-say the motion if I need
do
to.
you have that motion, Patty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's Kim, oh yeah, Kim, can you hear me? Yeah. With these grants, the bills, does Wyndham Regional pay those or do we pay them and then rebuild Wyndham Regional? Yeah,
Right,
So
we
there's a-
pay, then get reimbursed.
Right.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Radar.
Yeah, radar, yes.
So I thought I was gonna have an update, which I do not have, but so I was hoping to have a date on when we're gonna actually start the speed study, but I do not have that yet because Colin, who's, helping me out from Winter Regional, is still waiting on the permit from V-Trans to get that going. So I'm gonna say we're another week out. I know I've been saying that a little while, but I think we're close to doing it. But a second piece on that is that Colin has offered, and I've taken him up on the offer to draft a letter that I will bring to the board for all of you to look at, that we would give to the State Highway Commission, V-Trans, to talk about possibly moving that one speed sign as you come into town from Londonderry, right? We have the 30-mile-an-hour speed sign that's very close to the bakery. And so we're talking about, with the extra traffic that has been there, just moving that back a bit. So I'll draft that, bring it to you guys, and we could discuss it when I actually have it in front of us, but yeah. Yes, please.
I totally support that, because Piper Hill, they're coming off a 50 zone into a 40 zone. And they're usually doing more than 50 miles an hour as they're crossing Piper Hill, so.
Yeah,
There's.
if we could pull that 30
double
back,
whammy to-
I think, I don't know how that's gonna work, because you're coming down a hill, and I don't know if there's rules about how, where you can change the speed limit halfway down a hill, whatever. I mean, that's for V-Trans to acknowledge us, but I want to acknowledge the fact that, right, you got your 30-mile-an-hour here, you've got the bakery there, and if anyone's been there on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
That Piper Hill intersections.
Debbie Grant.
That too, so you're talking about even pulling it back further.
Debbie Grant was just something to say.
What I might suggest, living on Piper Hill Road, is that if you're gonna move the 30 back towards Londonderry, I would also move the 40 back towards
Yeah. I
Londonderry.
think that's what Todd was saying here as well.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't hear.
That's okay, yeah.
Okay. And particularly when it's really difficult is in the winter time, when there's big snowbanks there and cars are coming really fast into town, and you have to sit there and try to figure out whether there's somebody there or not. So if you're moving the 30 back towards Londonderry, move the 40 back too.
So I guess,
There's a proportion.
yeah, I'm sure there's a million rules around all of that, and hopefully, we can get someone to give us some guidance on that, so.
And while you're doing that, do we wanna ask them, because the bakery has requested the pedestrian crossing sign be moved to before the bakery? Do we wanna include that in the same question, like if they would be?
Where is the pedestrian crossing sign?
It's
After the
past the
bakery?
bakery,
It's
yeah.
past
Just
the
like
bake- it's
the
it's in front of the bakery, but they wanna move it farther up the hill.
Well, if
No,
I
they
may
wanna
add,
move it up the hill.
I don't
So-
really think it's a pedestrian, it's not like a crossing area, it's just a notice that
Right.
pedestrians
It's
in
like
the
a
village.
green pedestrian
There's
sign.
people walking around.
Yeah,
Speaking of speed radar signs, Denny, don't kill me. But
I'll sit here.
I really would like living on the corner of 100 and 155. People are going 70 miles an hour when they're going and turning that corner. And someone almost killed my mother the other day. And I'm not joking. She, what?
Is this coming down Route 100 from?
Coming from town, well, both equally.
Yeah.
People don't stop at the stop sign, but mostly coming from town. And when they're whipping up to go up,
Oh, turning.
it is insane. People are going 60 miles an hour. I mean, my
What's the
mom,
speed limit there? It's still
40,
It's 40?
well, it's 50 and then it goes to 40, I believe.
I don't think so. I
No,
think
just
it's
that's 50.
50 straight through, right?
Just 50 straight through. And I mean, for a long time, I wasn't around. It was just a vacant house for many, many years since, 1980, and now it's not. And it has dogs and a 71-year-old woman and me who live in it. And I am alone in that area. We have had so many accidents coming down from the hill down Terrible Mountain. We've had accidents from people going too fast. It smashed into the snowbanks across the street. I mean, we're talking about in town, and we're talking about like, what's the rate of the dogs that have been hit, whatever. What's the rate of how many times people as first responders have been in front of my house? What's the rate of how many times I've had to have families stay at my house overnight because there is no signs, they don't know where they're going, and there's no cell phone service, and tow trucks and plows, but the tow trucks won't come out and get these people who are in the middle of these large storms where it's a nightmare. And I think that we need to talk about not flashing signs, Jenny, per se, but signs. Like there are already signs saying like there's stuff, but it's not enough. But at least coming from Route 100 south, north, going up, that would be great. Just a thought.
Karen.
So I live on Route 100.
Yep.
It's a nightmare because I'm on the corner on a downhill, and the semis don't always downshift. Number one, but does the state have any concern, or, I mean, lower the speed limit, set up speed traps, something?
Well, I mean, it's just never been talked about it until I talked about it now. So I'm glad that like you have the same feeling that I do.
Oh, yeah, I have to roll down the window, listen, because it's a curve. Is anybody coming?
Yeah, and I just think just because we're not in town doesn't mean that we don't equally, and we're like, this kind of intersecting highway, doesn't mean that, I mean, actually, it is the most dangerous place in town. Like, there is not one more dangerous place, more accidents that happen anywhere in Weston than in front of my house. So, in the spirit of signs, let's kick it up a notch.
Well,
And see if we can
see
if we can go over onto our side too.
So, I mean, I think we have to decide where we want to.
I think
What we wanna
here's an
ask.
idea. Who are you dealing with at V-Trans?
Colin.
Cause I've talked to Mark Pickering a lot.
So Mark Pickering gave me Colin because he's the guy that's doing the speed study, but Mark Pickering was originally involved in the
Yeah.
discussion.
So would you want to talk to Colin about this area too? Since you're already on it.
Or I would be more than willing to just call Mark and.
Have him look at all of it.
Yeah, that would be
just
great.
Say, hey, cause I've almost lost my life driving past 100 with a
I mean,
really drunk guy who.
some
So I
guy
think one
almost killed my mother yesterday.
On the
Yeah.
other side of.
I think, I don't know what he's gonna tell you, but from what I've got from Colin is that it requires a letter from the select board requesting specifically what they're looking for.
Okay.
And there's the group is called the Vermont Traffic Committee, which their next meeting is September 9th. So, but I'm already getting, September 9th.
Patty,
They
is
don't meet
there
as
any way
often
we
as
can
us,
draw
so
up a letter?
She can't draw it up.
Oh, we have to draw it up.
No,
Yeah.
let me finish.
Sorry.
The sample is coming from Colin. That's what I'm saying. He's drawing up a letter for us regarding what I originally
Thank you.
talked about.
Okay.
So we can ask him to do that too, but if you want to put
Why
Mark
don't
Pickering
you
on, that's great
Talk to
too.
Colin, I'll call Mark and we'll
Get it together.
talk and we'll
Yes.
figure it out and
Yeah.
to
Time.
at least get started.
Time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Be cautious of trying to bite off too much at one time.
Mhm.
You'd be better to take it in little bits than try to do a huge package, because they might just say, hey, this is whole thing all at once is ridiculous, and shoot it down. Now, I understand what you're saying, Katie, because as you go, what is it, 131 over to Scotty, there's a section through there that used to be 50 miles an hour, and the state has dropped it to 45. I'm just cautioning that you try to put too much into one package. you might not mount to much, or if you do one package, then the other.
So then September works out perfect. I mean, you know, it's like multitasking, you can't multitask, get 3 things done.
Well, we're talking
Well-
about state and federal
Yeah.
bureaucracies here, so,
Yeah, to your point in time, I'll
Yeah.
keep moving forward, we'll work
yeah.
on it.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I
I'm
promise
against
I'm not
it,
gonna-
I'm just
I hear
saying.
you.
Yeah.
No, I had
Well,
the same
you
thought,
have experience.
I had
with
the
it,
same
but-
thought. Both are important.
Okay, where are somewhere's, I don't have a listing for this, but this is, town roads, bridge and
Oh,
standards.
we've got one thing before
We've
it,
stone,
the
stone environmental contract.
thing. The environmental study, for. This is, part of the acceptance process for the $3 million, yeah.
I thought we
Did we?
We did this
approve
last week.
Yes.
Not even, it was like 2 meetings ago.
Yeah, so,
It was the last meeting.
We had the special one.
Yeah, we had,
That's
so we
right.
had one
But we
special
did
meeting in
approve it.
between.
I think you just gotta get it
We
signed.
just-
I think
We
we just
sign
need to
it.
sign it. Hi.
is there a signature page on this?
Yes,
Where?
right here.
There's a question.
Okay,
I know you signed it, but I went home and read further.
Okay, what are your questions?
Okay, so we're looking at 1.3.1, which is the historic preservation in the amount of $42,800. And it's basically mitigation for the dam removal. So this isn't gonna be popular, but here goes. So I'm gonna consider this separation of church and state. In that you have the town of Weston and you have the Weston Community Association.
Mhm.
In my mind, that amount should be paid by the Weston Community Association. Because it's specifically for the dam removal. It doesn't mention. If you read it. So that would be the first thing. This could be even more unpopular.
Actually, it says Weston Dam and Bridge, so we're talking about the, like, if you go to the start of this entire contract.
Yes, but if you
It
go
says
to-
Weston Dam and Bridge, so this
But
is,
if you go to the 3.3.1.
which page are you on?
3. About 2/3 of the way down, mitigation for dam removal. You see?
1.3.1 historic preservation, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, so if you go 2/3 down, little over to the right of middle. Packages appropriate mitigation for dam removal.
My recollection from the town meeting was that the town approved, we move forward under the understanding that it might lead to, we decide to just remove the dam. We decide to remove the dam and the bridge,
Mhm.
like that it was kind of an open-ended thing, including removing
Yes,
the dam.
But the
Correct.
Weston Community Association already signed off on removing the dam.
I don't think the question here is removing the dam. I think her question is who's paying for it, if I understand her question.
Well,
No, wait a minute, let
sorry,
me
yeah,
finish.
yeah.
She's saying you got municipal funds paying for project for a private nonprofit organization. And I think that's her question, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, yes.
yeah, and you raise a good point, but the other side of the point is that, removing the dam, which is owned by it's owned by the community association.
Mhm.
But the community association receives no benefit from removing the dam because none of their property gets flooded. But a lot of town property does get flooded and
The playhouse,
so the marketplace, the firehouse, and all the houses along the road get flooded. And so it's not like the WCA is, I mean, the dam removal, just because they own it, doesn't mean that they have to pay for this historical evaluation, which is required, and it's also required for the bridge. If we don't do this, if we don't do this job, we don't get the grant.
Right.
And the community association derives no benefit whatsoever from it, except that they don't have to maintain the dam anymore, which is good news. The other thing is that they have to put up with a lot of people saying, well, I love the dam, and why do we tear it down? And the reason you tear it down is because, let's say it's going to cost $2 million to tear it down, just in round numbers. You don't tear it down, you're going to have to repair it. And it was last repaired in 1990. You know how much the repair cost? You don't, but I do. $1.4 million. So to repair that dam in 5 or 10 years is going to be another 1.4 million. So figured 2 million every, so.
I get that, but.
Okay.
But the dam wasn't operated as it was originally designed with the.
That's not.
That, I know.
That's irrelevant.
No, it's
In
not.
all due respect,
But-
I think it is.
Okay, so here's another question. And again, I'm not gonna be popular, but here's the deal. So my question is, on the select board, are there members of the select board that are part of the Western Community Association? Because then you're playing both sides of the fence, and there's a conflict of interest.
Well,
Yeah.
I am on the community association board. Who here drives across the bridge? Everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
But we're talking about.
So should we
You
recuse
can't
us?
play both, if there's a direct conflict of interest, if you're voting,
There's no conflict,
Representing
both
both.
I don't see that.
both parties have agreed to move forward with
but
this
the town,
process.
but the people of the town are going, you may remember I suggested a legal document so that when expenditures either go one way or the other, drawing it up so that you know who covers what.
What you asked us to do last year, I never remember, was you asked us to create and form a binding contract between us. Yes, that we weren't ready or talking about to
Right.
do a legal binding contract on something that hadn't even been approved yet by the town.
Right.
Then it was approved, then we went, and I know you weren't there for the town meeting where it was approved.
I was online.
Oh, okay, that's, thank you for coming. But that was approved, and in order for all of this to go down, we have to follow these steps. And there are regulations that I'm not well versed enough on right now to go into or to give you a reason. But I think I'm really thankful for your questions that you're asking.
Yeah, and I just wanna loop back. And I know sounds to me like you are suggesting that the community association should pay the 42,000. Is that what you're suggesting?
That's kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Okay.
it equals kind of half and half, basically. If you
So,
look at the total.
so are you advocating that they pay half the 42, or I wanna know exactly what you're looking for?
I
She's
mean-
saying half the study, that
Half the-
42 ends up being about half the study. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I was thinking the whole study, but
Oh.
again,
How do we
Okay.
break up the
Hold on,
study?
Hold on.
How do you break up the study at this point? I don't.
So- I heard you. And with all due respect, I don't agree with you. But that's my prerogative. So I am going to move that we
Ken has
sign
Ken
Ken,
has something to add.
Did the select board decide where the $71,000 is coming from? And is that reimbursable from the grant? Because it brings the total of what the town's gonna be on the hook for up to like 740 grand.
Well, this comes out of the 670, Ken.
Reimbursable from the grant.
No, it is not reimbursable.
For the
from
additional six
Hold
seventy
on,
that we
hold,
approved.
hold on. The grant is for 3 million. The cost estimate for the whole project was 3.67 million.
So how is this being paid for?
So the town, the grant covers 3 million. And apparently this is not a reimbursable, if I understand it. I didn't understand this in the beginning, but it's not a reimbursable expense. So the town is gonna have to come, this money will come out of the $670,000 that the town has committed to coming up with if necessary. This isn't in addition to the 670. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, in a way, but where's the other money coming from?
what money?
The
The
670,000.
We have,
Just a
we
minute,
have,
just a minute.
oh, sorry.
You got 3 million coming to us. We had to guarantee us, I'm gonna use round figure, $700,000. We have got to borrow the money from someplace, whether it's from our special funds or whatever. Whether we take a loan from the bank, borrow from our special funds. And I've asked for, I haven't gotten the number yet of what a penny on the tax rate will raise to pay back the $700,000. The other thing that is being conveniently forgot is the $3.7 million is nowhere near enough to do the dam and the bridge project. We met with a state guy a month ago now, looking at bridges for maintenance and stuff. And the third bridge on the Greendale Road, we were underneath it. And the guy says this bridge is in pretty good shape, little maintenance, you'll get another 40 years out of it. But then he went on to say that to replace this bridge, right now it would be $2.5 million. That's a 1-lane bridge and it's half as long as this one and it does not have a sidewalk on it. When they did the one on Route 100, it's 1.1 million. That's about 10 years ago. When Andover did their bridge here 3 years ago, it was well over $2 million. So what I like not to get into is get 2 projects started at once. If you're going to do the dam, you do the dam. Then you figure out how much this is going to cost. I do not want to get both projects started, then have to go to the general public and say, hey, we got it started, but we're way short of money, and us be deep in the hole for the money. Because I don't operate that way myself, and I don't think the town should, but I've been outvoted many times.
Well,
Hi.
go ahead, Katie.
In the large scale scope of this conversation, we are getting this done and we're doing this to save our town, to save the downtown area that will lower the flood line, lower than it is right now. We're always going to flood. It's a part of where we live. It is. Let me finish.
Just raising my hand.
Okay. The idea that this has been voted on by the town and that we are moving forward and that we are in serious debate with ourselves on where to go and get the money. So we don't have an answer for you right now on where the money is coming from. We have options on where the money is coming from. But we also are the only town that doesn't hold a bond. We never have. And that's because we've been really good with finances in the past. This is me doing some research over many years and learning. That's why we've never been in debt. But how much has happened to this town, tragedy. And I know the cost of the bridges, and we don't want to be in a hole, but what happens when we could have gotten this free money? That yes, we need to maybe get more money, but what if we didn't get the money at all? And then we got flooded again, and this whole thing happened again. How much more how much more money are we going to rely on from FEMA that doesn't really exist anymore? And how many more houses are we going to lose? And how much more stuff? How many more FEMA buyouts are we going to go through? I mean, this is, and so that's that.
Okay. My original question was, where's the 71,000 coming from, and when is that due? I now know that it's not in addition to the 670,000 that we don't have anyway. But where's the 71,000 for the contract you're about to sign coming from?
Okay. Let me address two things. First, Ken, your question. We have in the town somewhere around $1.5 million of reserve funds. And we have a number of opportunities or options for coming up with this 70,000. We can borrow from a bank, we can borrow from our reserve funds, and we could fill that in when we do our budget, because every year we contribute about $500,000 to reserve funds, depending on the need. We have quite a substantial amount for fire equipment. We have more than 300,000 for our road equipment. So we have a lot of options on how we're going to pay for that. But so maybe that answers your question, maybe it doesn't, but let me just go back to the timeline on on the bridge and the dam project. After this study is done and a whole bunch of other work is done, we, the town, will have completed the acceptance process for the $3 million grant. And that will probably be very late this year. And at that point, what happens is we continue to date. Let me back up. Before this grant was, before we received this grant, we had done engineering studies, 25% engineering studies as part of the grant application process for a whole number of other grants that we didn't get. 25% engineering studies, and that's how we came up with the $3.7 million cost. I recognize Denny doesn't agree with those cost estimates. Maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong. But as of the end of this year, when the grant is accepted, we will, the grant money will pay for the rest, the other 75% engineering study on the dam removal and on the bridge design. And those will take about a year. And at that point, we will have all paid for by the grant. We will have detailed designs, and maybe a year or two, there's a lot of work that has to be done up above the dam on the dam removal thing, and silt has to be removed, and then the dam has to be taken out. It might take 2 years, but all that stuff doesn't happen until we've gotten the engineering study that lays out all the steps that have to be done. We have a final design on the bridge, and those are going to be bid ready studies that we can submit to contractors. We can put them out for bid. At that point, the town has spent nothing other than this 70,000. Now let's say Denny's right, and the bridge comes in at $3 million. Well, okay. Now we've got a decision to make. We are not obligated in any way accept
The grant.
no, to have to go ahead with replacing the bridge. We've gotten a paid for engineering study, and if the prices come in too high, then we've got a decision to make.
Is that up to the town to make that decision?
That
or is
decision,
select board?
that the select board will not make that decision. That will be presented to the town either in a special meeting or at town meeting, depending on timing, probably. Ditto with the dam. If the numbers come in crazy high, then
Your discussion.
we've got a discussion, and it's gonna be we're gonna have to have a special town meeting or town. So, you know, Denny, you may be right, you may be wrong. I don't know. You know, these professional engineers said that they thought this bridge was gonna cost, I don't know what it was, you know, a little shy of 2 million, and the dam was gonna cost a bit more than that. Maybe they're wrong. I don't know. But we're gonna get some much fancier engineering studies that are gonna be done, and then we're gonna put them out for bid, and then we're gonna know what, and the town hasn't spent anything yet. And if the bids come in and they look good, and we can afford them under the 3.7 that the town has voted for us to spend, of which we pick up 670,000 and the grant pays for $1 million, then great. If not, then we've got some work to do. But we're not committing the town to spending 5 million or 3 million or whatever it is on a bridge. No way.
Well, all I know is I've asked a bunch
Mr.
of
Chairman,
questions.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Dwayne Hart. I'm stepping back a little bit. Someone from the audience asked about a conflict of interest. And I just wanted to mention that at one of our recent meetings, someone was a friend with someone who was being voted on for monies, and they recused themselves simply because they were a friend of the person that was receiving some money. I know when I was on the select board, there were 3 of us that worked for the Playhouse, and they were doing some things that needed a vote. And 3 of us, because we simply worked for the Playhouse Company, recused ourselves. So morally, Mr. Linville, perhaps you should rethink your stance.
Well, you made your statement, but what I was gonna say is, I've been to quite a few meetings on this up through here. I've asked a lot of questions, and I've got really nothing for answers. I've asked about hazardous waste, where it was gonna be taken, and I get kind of rolled over, and nobody says much about it, because regardless whether it's hazardous or not, all that stuff has to be trucked someplace, and it's gonna cost one hell of a lot of money. And I don't like the idea of, well, we'll just keep going and the studies will do this and that. It seems that it would have been pretty easy to go on up there and drop some test tubes in, hold it out, and found out whether it's hazardous waste or not. And the reason I'm pushing the hazardous waste thing is somebody from the state told Almond when he was ditching roadsides, they considered that stuff hazardous waste. The river runs right along Route 100. So that's one of the big reasons. But anyways, you guys do what you want. I voted against it. If you sign this, Mr. Linville will sign it. I won't sign it.
What do you want? Do you have something to say?
If this is gonna keep going, I have something to say, but if we're gonna move to just approve this, then I have nothing to say.
Yeah, I think we already.
I totally
I can certainly
appreciate
move.
that.
I'll move for you.
Thank you.
Recruit her.
Yes, exactly.
Is there a second? Are we?
Second.
Further discussion? All those in favor?
I,
No.
I'm gonna, I recuse myself, so we've got
He
three
said no.
votes. And it carries, is that right?
Jim, you make the motion.
I can make a motion,
Okay.
but I recuse myself from the vote.
I think we should,
No, I think
maybe we should just do it where
you don't
Okay.
make the
Yeah.
motion, you make the
Sounds fine.
motion.
yeah, just, I think that technically it would be cleaner.
Okay,
So, I move to approve the, Stone Environmental, what is this?
Stone project number
the
22
environmental
Contract.
study, yeah.
contracts
In the amount of,
in
In the amount of $1,207.
I second.
And
All those in favor?
I,
No.
I recuse.
And Denny's no.
and Jim has recused
And we've
himself.
got 3 yeses.
Yes.
We had already approved this.
yes,
Yeah,
Yeah, we
So
had.
I don't know why.
we need a signature, and I think it, this is a really stupid question. Who is the secretary of
It's
this
me.
organization? I think you are.
Brian. Excellent secretary, in my opinion.
Could I ask just a curiosity question for referral to, is all of the town money in just one big pot and we have these abstractions, or are they in specific separate accounts for this
Separate
region?
accounts.
Separate accounts.
Highway department, fire department, they're all separate?
Right. We have a bridge account, which is, I don't know, last I knew it was up around 800. But we, that's where some people think they're going to get the 700 from, but we interviewed a state guy along with the state worker, Megan, I guess it was. And he is supposed to be writing us a recommendation for maintenance that needs to be done. And to my knowledge, that report hasn't come in, has it, Patty?
No, I haven't got it.
So as soon as we get that report,
just,
you know, it's getting so late in the year,
Mr. Petty.
we'll have to,
Patty.
it'll be in the book, Patty. We'll have to put it out for bid, and most likely the work will get done next year. But we have the middle bridge, which he didn't look at, that our car played bumper cars with last week.
We were there.
And I suspect that, when we get all said and done, that something might have to be done to that this year.
Was the bridge?
It's a bridge just beyond the town garage.
Yeah, so yeah,
One laner.
yeah.
And I don't know, is everybody did you get any information
What do you mean?
on who it was and all
Yes,
that?
I did.
Mm,
Oh, yeah,
no.
Patty got all that
I
information.
called the state police and they gave me her insurance information.
Okay, so I guess you gotta contact them and find out how the claim's gonna go, cause
Yeah, I was gonna make a claim, her insurance company is Progressive, so I was gonna make a claim.
We should probably not talk about,
Yeah, yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like not any of that,
yeah, that's,
just
All right.
HIPAA.
Okay.
so we'll move on.
Yeah, that is just.
Yeah. Thanks for that. I was just curious how the money was piled up.
If you look in
It's
your
all
town,
over.
they're mostly ledger thing. I mean, we don't have a separate bank account for every,
That's
they're
the
ledger.
question, yeah.
but if you look in your town report, it's listed out pretty good.
Yeah, they break it out.
Yeah, no, I've got one.
Okay,
I just, physically, is it a separate account or is it just a?
All right,
Sure,
roads,
they're-
bridges, and
they're ledger.
standards. Let's get this going.
Okay.
yeah.
I am done.
Yeah, I'm turning into a pumpkin.
Did we get into the,
Town road and bridge standards is next.
I gotta find it here.
I got it right there. And most of the meat of it is back in here. It's just, we gotta have, how we place culverts and all that stuff. And it's an 18-inch minimum size on culvert unless there's a
I'm gonna start showing how to
reason not to. Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah,
so I think this is, to me, this
you're
is
not kidding.
pretty routine, and I think we ought to approve it.
Yeah, they make the changes every 4 years.
Yeah.
Um,
And they,
I will second.
yeah, so I moved, you got that, Patty, that I moved approval of the new bridge. What is it called, road and bridge?
Road and bridge standards,
Yeah.
town road and bridge standards,
2026,
2026.
Yeah,
And I second that.
Discussion on it. All those in favor?
Aye. Payroll?
Make sure Jason gets a copy of this. Jason, you gotta sign that.
oh, there you go.
Throw out one thing while you're setting
Yeah.
all of that, we just want to make an announcement. Fire department would like to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our country. And so we'd like to have this, and it's just an open forum so that other people could hear it. We'll have an open house at our place, 12 to 5, hot dogs, whatever, we'll have music.
Is this
People
on the
can come
4th?
by. It'll be the 27th of June, so it'll be a Saturday.
Okay.
But this way, it's a good outreach,
That's
a good
great.
chance for the community to get together, and so.
June 25.
27.
June
Sorry.
27th, I'm writing that down right now.
12
June
to 5.
At the firehouse?
At the firehouse.
Wow.
And you guys
And
are
that's
getting
a
the word out, or
Saturday.
you're asking us to do that? Or-
No, we're
You guys are doing,
So we're just making the announcement.
That's great.
June
Thank you.
25.
Sounds great.
And we'll have a grill there, a griddle, so if you wanna bring something to cook, we can cook it.
I thought, well, you just said you were gonna have hot dogs,
We will.
and now we gotta bring them ourselves?
No, I'm just saying. If you've got a
I
piece
just
of
wanna
wiggly-
get this straight
you got a
here.
piece of wiggly meat you wanna bring and cook.
Yeah, okay.
We have some in the freezer that've been there about a year and a half.
Yeah,
that sounds appetizing, yeah.
No, we'll have fresh stuff.
Oh, it's all good.
All right.
You should see what I pull out of my freezer.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm done.
Thanks for coming.
thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I got it down here.
I don't even know what I'm saying.
Thank you guys
What is
for
this?
everything.
Is this a road and bridge?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we're at the business.
Take care.
Well, we gotta do the, are we doing these?
Yeah, we gotta do.
Everybody gets calmed down.
Yeah, and we didn't do new business yet.
We have, payroll, old and new business.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna move approval of payroll check warrant report number 11
Nice
in the
anyway.
amount of $9,520.73.
I second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
And then
This is free, Penny.
to keep things rolling, I'm going to, hold on. Move approval of accounts payable check warrant report number 11 in the amount of $56,473.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Toasty today.
You're not kidding. I'm changing dressing for this meeting.
Toasty, toasty.
Thank you. I was recommending that I wear them next
I
time.
know, I heard it.
It's so
I've
funny.
been noticing them.
It's so funny.
We did not get to new business, older new business yet.
Well, we did
Well,
old.
we did
did
old business, I'm sorry, new business.
We kind of skipped over it.
We
Yeah,
skipped
we
over
got,
Order.
and 15 came before we did the approval of the community events? The announcement of community events, unless we have any others.
New business will we'll have to stay on top of this insurance claim.
Yep.
And new business, just to speed things along. Do we want to ask 3 different contractors to work on bridges to give us an estimate? So we'll have it argue with the insurance company.
Absolutely. We need that up front.
Do we have a list of engineers that we can call?
Well, there'll be Basin Brothers, there'll be Gurney and Daniel. So
and would we have Patty make those phone calls or one of us?
Yeah.
Patty.
We should put
You
it up
get 3
to
names.
bid, is that what he
I
was
didn't
saying we
get the
do?
3 names, but it should be on the recording.
Well,
Basin Brothers, the
What is it?
Kearneys.
Basin Brothers.
BASIN.
Basin,
Yeah, Basin.
BASN.
BASIN.
Yes.
Okay.
Gurney.
Brothers.
Gurney's out of Springfield and
Bernie's.
GURNEY.
Daniel's out of
Do I need to sign it?
Windsor, I
Daniels?
believe
Yes, you
it
do.
is.
Okay.
You
And
can
what,
Google those.
okay, and what am I asking them for? The,
Come down, the bridge is hit.
oh, that was it, okay.
And give us estimates, and I guess when the insurance company wants to talk, we'll have some estimates. If we wait till we get back from the insurance company, we're another 2 weeks out, and summer is fast disappearing, right?
That is a great
Karen has a
point,
question.
Denny.
I didn't hear you say that, Penny.
Karen, if she's asking a question, what?
Can we ensure that there is no reason like what works out these?
Is it not working right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take care of that. Thank you. Have a good night.
Who's the light bulb? Is it Kim or should I put that with my?
With your lopping?
With my lopper.
Go over the culvert replacement project, the road closure.
We talked about it.
Oh, yeah, we need to finish up on that road closure thing.
Yeah. You got it right here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It's about the bridge or culvert they're going to replace down on Route 100 next year.
And they're gonna.
Oh, this
they're
is the
gonna,
new, okay.
They're gonna route
We
around
talked about this a
Coho.
while back.
Yeah, and they're saying that one of the people that they would like to bid on this thing is worried about the 7-day closure requirement.
For their business.
And so and they're looking to increase the closure time to 14 days. And I think the smart play is gonna be, I will just reach out to Mahendra Filiyar to see if they can, because it's important to us to have the closure be only 7 days.
Yes.
Because
Right.
A
Right.
14-day
It's too
closure.
long.
That's
It's
too much
really
for the
tough
community.
It's tough for,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
can't do that to that business.
So I'm gonna explore the possibility of either having, putting it out for 14 days, but if you can do it in 7, and it'll cost more, let us know, so that, or having what's the word I'm looking for? Basically a reward if you get it done early.
Incentive.
They do offer.
An
An
incentive.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually on them tech contracts, they say, if you finish X number of days, you get this much back. If
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is.
All right.
Are we in announcements and community events yet? Is that what we're in or no?
Yes.
Sounds like we are, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have another website meeting.
We do
this,
at
Friday at
9:30 on Friday.
Just wanna put that out there.
If anyone would like to
How are
join.
you guys doing? Do you feel like you have the resources you need?
So far, we're just in the research phase,
Okay.
so.
Okay,
Yeah.
just wondering, like,
We
you
can
know,
give a report at the next meeting.
Yeah, we can
Um,
definitely give a report in the next meeting.
Yeah.
do you have any public people coming to these meetings or?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
Yep, so
But
Just
maybe we
putting it
will.
out there, yeah.
Just wondering,
Yeah.
okay.
Friday, what time?
9:30.
9:30.
If you can make it, please
Is
do.
that gonna be online or here?
Well, it's not online.
All right.
I can.
I mean, I guess we could, but didn't
Yeah, we
we?
could make it available.
We could make it available,
Zoom in if they wanted to.
Okay.
right?
Do
we need to
put up an agenda?
We
for
need to
that?
put up an agenda for
Yeah,
that.
I was gonna ask you guys, to send me agenda items if
Okay.
there's, I know you did bids.
Organize.
And then I'm working on timelines, but why don't we?
We'll talk about this.
What? Yeah, no, but why don't I just I'll email you a couple of things.
Okay, yep, alright.
All right.
All right, we're the first full week in June, second week in June. 4th of July is coming up. Is there any of these community organizations planning anything for the 4th of July that we should know about?
The Londonderry fireworks are July. You all seen that?
I don't know which day they are.
I've got it written down here. At dusk, on Thursday, July 2nd.
Oh,
Okay.
On a
Yeah.
Thursday.
And that's gonna be at Magic, the usual place.
Okay.
And I just happened to
Magic
write it
Mountain.
down. Yeah,
Yeah, I've been to that one.
yeah.
They're
it's-
really
It's
good.
nice,
And then Londonderry was with the parade,
correct.
which is lovely. I don't know which day that is though.
Usually.
It's the Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's same day as Farmers Market. Move to adjourn?
I second.
Second.
Got you.
No, I was just voting. I was gonna leave it to Kate.
I second
You second.
that adjournment.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
My paperwork.
Okay.
I'm officially giving you back